Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day. I uh, I just I just wanted to give some condolences right off the bat to anybody involved in that Miami apartment building condo collapse. It's absolutely terrifying. So for any of you who haven't heard, there is a section of a condo building that just collapsed in Miami, just off down from Miami. I think it's called Surfside, and they are going through the rubble right now using police dogs. One confirmed casualty, and there's probably going to be many more. It happened during a time when many people were sleeping, so most people are expected to have been home. And when you look at the pictures, it's just like gone, like a whole section of like 15, 20 apartments just poof, gone. And as somebody who lived in apartments all my life, I'm one of those people who like to stay on the top floor for a couple reasons. One, you have no neighbors above you, so you don't have anybody walking on your head, and you have the best views. But in this case, when it collapses, that's probably not the place you want to be, is on the top floor. It's just, yeah, and again, we, as of yet, don't know why this collapsed or how this collapsed or anything, and there's going to be a ton of investigations. But this condo is part of a larger complex of condos in the same area, in the same complex, basically. And can you imagine living in one of those condos right now? First of all, you're stuck, unless you're renting, because if you own, just think of how hard it's going to be to sell that condo if you want to get out. And you're also sitting there wondering, well, like, is my condo going to do the exact same thing? It must be, especially, you know, it just has to be one of those things that you're just thinking, what happened? What happened here? And could it happen to me? And the big question is, it's the unknown, right? You just don't know. But as you see the pictures on the news and the coverage and the collapse, it looks horrible and everything. But I want to draw your attention to one picture. And that's a picture where you can see the whole side of the condo is gone. But climbing the stairwells and searching through the rubble are police and firemen. And it just brought back memories of 9/11. Who were the first person to rush into the towers? Police and firemen. In fact, they lost many representatives that day trying to rescue other people. First into danger, your police and your firefighters. And we do not give them enough credit for doing that, for putting themselves in harm's way to help people. Seeing those firefighters and policemen rushing into a building that just collapsed, looking for injured people and ready to rescue people. You cannot deny the heroism that comes from that. No matter what. No matter what. I couldn't do it. Well, I don't know if I could do it. I've not made the choice to be that person. So again, hats off to them. Hats off, absolutely. Always will have my praise, because they're willing to do things that the majority of people aren't. So, but can you imagine living in that area anymore. You would be constantly, every time there's a little shake in your building. And I now live in this house for, I just hit 1 year in a house. And until this, I was 21 years in an apartment building. And so I know for a fact that when a heavy machinery drives by, or they're driving poles to build new construction in the field near my apartment building, my apartment felt the vibration and the shake. And you cannot tell me that if you live in one of these condos now, every time you feel a shake or a vibration, you're going to be wondering, is this it? Is this it? I can't imagine. And it can happen anywhere. It can happen in a house. This house can fall down too. But it's really shocking when you just see if it's an earthquake or a hurricane or something, tornadoes, you understand the logic behind it. But when it's just sitting there and it just collapses, that is probably the scariest thing you can do, because that's your home. That's where you feel safest, is in your home. And I don't know if any of the residences in those areas now will feel that way sitting at home. But again, I just wanted to say condolences to anybody going through that. Let's hope there's no other casualties found. I'm hoping most of those apartments, maybe we're lucky and they're empty. But to see that whole side of the building just gone into a big pile of rubble, of cement and wire and steel. It just goes to show the same thing we've been saying, you try and say all along. You just never know. You can try and be the safest person in the world. You can try and limit your risks and say, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to live my life very safely. I'm not going to take risks and gamble. And you just never know. Right? All the people who refuse to fly because they think the plane might crash. Well, your apartment might collapse as well. It just goes to show you better live your life as best you can and live it to its fullest. If this tells us anything, is it can happen at any time.